Oh, hi there. This is H. Victoria Hager Atkinson. I'm an author and a writer, and we are going to be talking about how we're going to use our personal interests, our own set of values to enhance our writing. Sometimes the best stories that you can read are things that the author themselves write about that they are most interested in. So, this is something you want to take a look at and find things that are of interest to you. So, today we're going to talk about games and sports, how to incorporate that, how to use that in your writing, because I think it's an exciting thing. I mean, love and basketball was one of the things that I thought was a love story placed in a basketball setting. Brilliant idea, right? And also that ice skating story about the two people who fall in love, they hate each other. I can't remember the name of it, but it was one of it was a very charming romantic story about two ice skaters and the whole process and the training and the difficulty of ice skating. It was really great. And it plays often on the TV. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it, but it's a great story. Anyway, so we're going to talk about, let's think about some sports. And I'm going to read you the list off in the beginning. We have tennis, baseball, basketball, football, um, roller skating, roller derbies, which I think is really fascinating. One of my greatest things to write. Then we have skiing, snowmobiling. What's that new snowboarding? That's a new one that everybody's doing right now in the Olympics, especially. One of my favorite events that I love to watch. Gymnastics. I don't know if I said that one. Let me check my list here. Oh, track. Track is another thing that I don't think gets enough attention. Volleyball, pool, and you think about Minnesota Vets and all the dynamics of being an excellent pool player. Things like that are really cool. So you can talk about the personality of a character and give that character some special gift that he has in the sporting area. And you can enhance what that sport means, to the world or to a particular group of people. Uh, One of the games that I think is very interesting that I enjoy watching and participating in, but I'm not very good at, is card playing. I remember some really heated pinochle games. My husband was great at it, and we had a lot of friends who were. I learned the basics of it, but I was never great at cards. But the drama, the excitement, the interest, the funny stories, and the food, of course, that happens around that table is amazing. And I know in my family, we play a lot of bidwits, and those games can go on and on and on. But it was one of the things from my childhood that I remember most, and just the exuberance of the people and who played and how passionate they were about playing cards. I thought it was just wonderful. It was just amazing. So if you can transfer those experiences to your writing, you hit a gold mine. So think about that. Give that some thought, and not just think about the players. You can do it from that perspective, how that affect the players, or you could do something on the coaches, on a coach. One of the movies I watched recently was about picking quarterback. I mean, not quarterback, just football players. I can't remember the movie. I'm horrible with names. Anyway, it was a great story because it just concentrated on the person who does the drafting, the manager who had that job, and how wonderful. It's a Kevin Costner movie. Great movie. Loved it. Watch it whenever it comes on. It's really great because using that venue, because I love football. So this was an interesting thing that I did not know about football. I knew it was happening, but I never had an idea of what goes behind it. By the way, guys, the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. I can't wait. This is so cool. But you can see and some of the passion that people have, like Philadelphia has some of the craziest, wackiest fans in the world. Very enthusiastic about that, and we are very tough critiques of people who come into our arena when it's regarding the Phillies or the the Sixers or the Eagles. We are different, and our enthusiasm goes everywhere. So just an example of what was going on after the game on Sunday night. The whole city went crazy. Broad Street was loaded down with people going absolutely nuts. Can you imagine someone taking that experience, putting that in a book, talking about the lunacy that goes on in this city around football? It is a great way to bring color, excitement, and something new to your reader. So think about using sports as a tool. Okay, we were talking about the coaches, the players. Maybe you want to do something on the fans, which is I was just speaking about, and also people who train the players. That's something that I haven't seen a lot of. There's some here and there, but actually, how they the drills that they have, you see them in passing kind of in movies, but there's no real substance there as far as that the actual techniques. I wouldn't be a good person to do that because I don't know that much about it, but someone who does. If you know anything about football, if you know anything about a particular sport at all, think about the skills and techniques that you can share with people that people have no idea about. I know a lot of people, even though you're not a professional football player, you may have played in high school or college, share those experiences. I mean, in your writing, it is another gold mine for you. So think of those things that you love, things that have influenced your life. Use that in your writing and enjoy it. It's really cool to do this. And before you go, I just want to hold up a few of the books. You can't forget to sell. Okay, this is Stones Along the Path. That was the first one, and we have part two and part three is coming out very soon, and we hope to have that out in a couple of months because our readers have been asking for it, and we're overdue. Okay, this is Walking Among the Kudzu, another good read. Takes place in Atlanta. That's where all those wonderful kudzu vines are. And if you want to know about kudzu vines and how they grow, I got a video on my list of videos. So just look for that. It is really fascinating. I think one of the things I love about them, they are very aggressive. I love it. I have to edit. I love about it now, just seeing the different formation it takes over whatever it takes over. Because we call it the vine that ate the south. I don't know why I'm saying that. The vine that ate the south, and it actually did. So take a look at my videos on kudzu vines. Okay, sorry. And then one of our all-time favorites. I got some hits on this one on Facebook the other day. Um, Buttermilk Bottom, this was a real place and one of the first places blacks lived in after the Civil War. And you can tell by these decrepit, sad conditions of the streets, they were unkept and unpaved. And it was always wet down there. You know, you always had standing water because the water drained in from the streets above. It's called a bottom because it's set in a ditch. And a very fascinating story about the people who live there. It's like a summary of the years and the personalities of the people who live there. And my latest book, of course, is this one. That's Enslaved, and we have Enslaved 2 coming out soon. So you look for that, okay? Now, have a good day. Enjoy and explore your hobbies, explore your sports and your games that you like, even video games. Check them out. See if there's something you can really write about. Think of some interesting personality that you can create around those activities. And I'll look forward to hearing your stories, okay? You take care. Love to you and take care. Love someone special. Bye-bye.